Hello, as a student of ergonomics, would like to use my knowledge to help you understand this occupational disorder titled carpal tunnel syndrome. Carpal tunnel syndrome, also called median nerve compression, is a condition that causes numbness, tingling, or weakness in the hand. A painful condition of the hand and fingers caused by compression of a major nerve where it passes over the carpal bones through a passage at the front of the wrist. It may be caused by continual repetitive movements or by fluid retention. It's very common but treatable by a medical professional or requires a medical diagnosis. How does this exactly occur? Carpal tunnel syndrome, termed CTS, occurs when the median nerve, which runs from the forearm into the palm of the hand, becomes pressed or squeezed at the wrist. Signs and symptoms: burning, tingling or itching, numbness in the palm and thumb or index and middle fingers, weakness in the hand and trouble holding things, shock-like feelings that move into the fingers, tingling that moves up into the forearm till the shoulder. Pain areas are in the hands, wrist or forearm. How is carpal tunnel syndrome caused? Repetitive motions like typing or any wrist movements that is done over and over. Working with vibrating tools or an assembly line that requires prolonged or repetitive flexing. Occupations at risk due to carpal tunnel syndrome are those workers performing assembly line work including manufacturing, finishing, cleaning and meat, poultry, fish packaging commonly report this injury. Cashiers, hairdressers or knitters or sewers are examples of people whose work-related tasks involve the repetitive wrist movements associated with carpal tunnel syndrome. Bakers who flex or extend the wrist while kneading dough and people who flex the fingers and wrist in tasks such as milking cows, using a spray paint gun and hand weeding are other examples. Excessive use of vibrating hand tools may also be related to carpal tunnel syndrome. From yoga to surgery, you have a lot of options when it comes to treating carpal tunnel syndrome. Self-care. To help ease the symptoms of carpal tunnel syndrome, you may want to put ice on your wrist or soak it in ice bath. Try it for 10 to 15 minutes, once or twice an hour. Wrist presses. Presses are generally best when you have mild to moderate carpal tunnel syndrome. They don't work for everyone, but there are no side effects either, so it doesn't hurt to try one. Tweak your activities. Carpal tunnel syndrome often gets set off when you hold your hand and wrist in the same position for a long time. It can be made even worse if you have to keep your wrist bent either up or down, so it's best to keep it in a straight, neutral position. Take a break for 10 to 15 minutes every hour and stretch your hands. Steroids. Corticosteroids such as cortisone are strong drugs that can lessen swelling. It can give you temporary relief from pain and swelling, but it's not long-term solution. Ultrasound therapy. This treatment uses sound waves to raise the temperature in your hand and wrist. The heat can relieve pain and help with healing. Results from the studies are mixed, but some people find it very useful. Surgery. There are two main types. In open surgery, your surgeon makes an opening about 2 inches long that goes from your wrist to your palm. With endoscopic surgery, you get 2 smaller openings and your doctor uses a small camera to hide the operation. In both surgeries, your doctor cuts the ligament atop the carpal tunnel to take pressure off the median nerve and relieve your symptoms. Carpal tunnel syndrome prevention. Keep your wrist straight. Use a splint or brace that helps keep your wrist in a neutral position. Avoid flexing and extending your wrist over and over again. Lifestyle changes. Take breaks from repetitive tasks. Use right position. Put your hands and wrist in the right position while you work. Lighten up. If you find yourself straining or forcing tasks such as writing, typing, or using a cash register, relax your grip or reduce the force you're using. Try using a soft grip pen or taping keys more lightly. Stay warm. Keeping your hands warm can help with pain and stiffness. Consider wearing fingerless gloves or keeping hand warmers nearby. Here are some exercises for carpal tunnel syndrome.